Hail all Saul, my tribe, and welcome to the Modern Barbarian Podcast. Today you get a special treat. I got the whole fucking tribe sitting on the porch. And we're just going to bullshit, and I'm going to introduce you to everybody. And we're going to talk about shit for however long we talk about shit, and then it's going to be over. So that's kind of the way it's going to work. Yeah. And that's my wife over there being like, what the fuck? So, you get what you get, and then you like it, or you don't, and I don't really care.
I mean, that's kind of the way it's gone for 17 years.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Same.
You're not even the newest member.
I know.
He's along for the ride. He's the newest one. Alright, so let's introduce everybody. We'll start with my wife here to my left. This is Lisa.
Hi.
Give everybody a little tidbit about you. What do you want to tell the people?
I'm Lisa, and I've had to deal with this asshole for almost 20 years.
You should have seen the look on her face when I told her she had to say something. She was like, oh fuck, you put me on the spot. All I said was, what do you want people to know about you? It's like, the most important thing I can tell you is that I've had to deal with this son of a bitch for 17 years.
I mean, I feel like that's a lifelong achievement right there.
It's fair that I would be the pinnacle of your life's achievement.
Oh, Lord.
But all right, to her right is Ashley.
What's up? I enjoy doing Renaissance festivals and doing cons and dressing up and researching things from history. I'm really big into Norse mythology, and I'm a witch.
Yep. So Ashley's pagan, Lisa's pagan, I'm pagan, and then the last guy over here is Corey. He's the newest member, and I don't really know what his religious preference is. He's kind of that new.
I don't know. He's over here playing Pokemon Go so hard.
Super hard.
It's
2
battling
fingers.
hardcore.
Yeah, I'm a little obsessed with Pokemon Go right now.
It's
I
given-
have it on 2 phones, so I'm never without it.
He's giving the old Pokemon Go the shocker.
2 in the pink, 1 stink, yep.
It's a good thing it's not a kids show.
Fair. I don't really have much of a religious preference other than I was raised Baptist, but those seem like a cult, so I don't really know.
Yeah, we don't like them much either.
No, I'd have to say I was raised Southern Baptist myself as well, and I just don't agree with those views. And what's said, no hate on anybody else that agrees with that or believes that. It's just not my personal preference. So
I was baptized Catholic and have no affiliation with that whatsoever. None.
You guys already know my shit. We've talked about this a bunch. So this is like my little group. I keep telling you, build a tribe. Here's mine. Here's my people, my closest ones. So we'll just go over some shit, and we'll get everybody's opinion onto what they think about it. So let's start with me. What's your opinion of me?
What's my opinion of you?
Yeah. No holds barred. The whole world gets to
Oh,
hear it.
Lord.
Married 17 years. How much of a dick am I?
Very much so.
Perfect. I earned it.
However, we all have our downfalls. Every single one of us. But you are my provider. You are my love. You are my everything. You have always been my everything. And, I mean, you're my Viking. Like, I don't know what much to say. You're my provider. You're my protector. You're my love.
Well,
You're an asshole, and I love you to death. Yeah, you're my asshole. That's exactly right. Now you better keep that to yourself.
Suck it up.
This is
Just
going
saying
on.
nothing.
This may go on the internet, so you can't deny it. Now. You can't take these facts.
It's recorded.
No, no.
And now I have control of it because it's on my computer.
Yeah.
But
But no, we've been through a lot.
yeah,
We grew up quicker than is needed.
well, we got
We
married
got-
at 18 and immediately were in the Marine Corps.
And then had a
like,
baby.
Immediately had a kid.
Yeah.
You were 19 when you had Sean.
No, I had just turned 20. I turned 20 and then Sean was born the day after.
Yeah, you were 19 when you had
Yeah.
Sean. I said what I said.
Yeah.
But literally, her birthday is like one day before our son's.
Kids having kids right there.
So, yeah.
And honestly, we have gone through trials and tribulations that would break apart any other relationship. We've had to grow up quick. We've had to endure things that people our age don't go through.
Well, not many, like, deployments, long separations, huge fucking fights, major differences in opinions. I have, what my followers know, they've listened to it, like, I'm a very different person now
Yeah.
than I was 15 years ago when we got together.
15.
Okay. I'm rounding to
Lost
the
2
nearest.
years.
No, I'm rounding to the nearest 5. You motherfuckers, like, I round to the nearest 5. I'm not gonna say 17 years, 3 months, and 13 days ago when we got married. No, it's close to fucking enough. Get the fuck out of here. But
Well, I mean, we've been
a decade
together.
and a half ago,
We have been together 19
years,
years.
I know.
We have been married for
17
17.
and a half.
Yeah.
I know. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm well aware.
Me
of
too.
Every painful fucking minute.
I feel your pain, sir. I feel your pain.
But anyway, so you guys all know, you've heard my story of how I've matured and grown and changed. But you've also heard like an entire episode about finding a barbarian woman. That was entirely inspired by her.
Hi. Thanks.
She's getting there. She's got a ways to go, but she's getting there.
I do have a ways to go. I'm just finding my way right now. I'm still pretty green to this.
And
But I embrace it wholeheartedly. I really like all of the aspects of it, honestly.
then we have her best friend, Ashley.
What's up?
So Ashley had to learn to endure me pretty quickly.
I just kind of got thrown in on the deep end, you know.
Ashley is also my mama witch. I'm her baby witch. She is teaching me the ways, and I am slowly learning, and I love it.
Now she's got her pocket rocks.
I do have my pocket
I
rocks.
have pocket rocks.
Listen, everybody needs their pocket rocks. Todd has pocket rocks too. He just doesn't keep them in his pocket.
No, I actually do have pocket rocks. Turns out they're made of lead.
Those pocket rocks.
I have 17
We're
pocket
talking
rocks.
about natural minerals here.
Lead is a natural
Yeah, I was
fucking
about to
occurring metal, and I put it in a very particular shape, and then I put it inside of brass with some other very naturally occurring elements, and they are personal protection pocket rocks.
Fair.
Truth.
I don't know. My pocket rocks might leave like a little acorn-sized knot on your face.
Mine will put a hole in you. And I'm trying to learn them to carry the right kind of pocket rocks. We're getting there. She owns a gun. She doesn't carry a gun.
No, not yet. I need to get certified. I need to get certified.
And my wife owns a gun and carries it sometimes.
And is certified to carry
She has a
it.
concealed carry permit. She does indeed. And then let's introduce Corey.
Hello.
Corey is the newest member of the tribe. And so he worked his way in by meeting Ashley at work and started liking her and hanging out with her. And They're doing whatever the fuck they're doing. We're not going into that. None of y'all fucking business.
But you forgot to mention that Corey actually was at work. We all knew him at work beforehand.
And
Facts.
yet again, my wife cuts me off before I tell the whole story. You know, married 17 years, so you'll get used to
Well,
it.
sometimes you forget facts, so...
I forget a whole bunch of shit, but you remind me every fucking day, so it's alright.
Bullet point.
So anyway, but after Corey and Ashley started hanging out, he started hanging out with us because, you know, try this kind of how we do. You gotta learn. And then this guy was like, hey, teach me how to work out. Teach me how to eat right. Let's fucking do shit. And for what, 3 weeks now?
Yeah,
Every
3
fucking
weeks.
day?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Well, yeah, but you
as
haven't
far as
missed out.
eating.
But not even that, but you haven't missed a workout day since
That's
you said
very
I'm
true.
going to it, right?
Yeah, because I'm pretty
Better
tired
than
of it.
Ashley.
Shots fired.
Ashley started about 2 months ago, and she was about 2 weeks, never missed one, and then was like, hasn't shown up since.
Life.
Life.
Action.
So,
What's happening?
we're working on some changes, right? Like, maybe, clearly what I was trying to teach her wasn't working. She needs something different.
I don't think it's a matter of it wasn't working.
Well, I know it was working. Like, what I teach works,
It does work
but it wasn't right for where you were at in your headspace
in the moment.
in the moment, because had it been right, no matter what was going on in your life, you'd have made it work,
Fair.
right? But it wasn't what you needed at the time, and I need to learn from that because I'm learning to teach people how to do this shit. And that's one of those things, like I keep telling y'all fuckers that listen to me, personal responsibility. I could make this Ashley's fault. No, that's not how this works. I wasn't offering what she needed, and this is an opportunity for me to learn from what she needed to do better with other people that think like her. Not to belittle somebody in my tribe and make them think that they're failing. I need to learn from where she was at as to how to better motivate my tribe and provide what they actually need instead of trying to shoehorn them into the thing I know how to do.
Fair.
Same thing I've been going through with my wife. She doesn't like the things that I do. Not necessarily doesn't like that I do them. She
Here
doesn't
we
want to.
go.
She doesn't want to do them that way for herself. She's still trying to find her own thing. She's trying to find the thing that works for her. Now they're all using the Barbarian Diet, the book we've talked about, right? I cook that shit every Sunday. We're all using that, and it seems to be working for everybody. But the workout side of it has to be different. It has to be ready and available for each individual with what they're motivated and what provides their goals.
Well, each individual needs to find their own workout as well.
Correct, right? Now, and that's going to be dependent upon your goals, right? Corey came over and he said, here's what I want to do. I want to be strong as fuck. Hey, got you, bro. Got the same goal as me. I know how to do that, right? Ashley's like, I want to look good naked. That's a whole different fucking thing.
Damn, just called you out like that.
Listen, I want to look good naked as a jaybird.
Right? It just is what it is.
Not
And-
a skimp bird, a
Not,
jaybird.
yeah. And to be fair, none of y'all are here. Ashley's a very attractive woman. She just is. But she's wants to work on that, and she has her own goals. And she has somewhere she wants to be. And I started working on her with the things that I knew how to work on to help her achieve her goals. But that doesn't mean it was the best way for her to get there. It was just the way that I knew how for her to get there. And it wasn't working for her.
In the moment.
And it may change next month. Right? She may decide that it's working again. I don't know. And then you have my wife, who is very new on her fitness journey. She's still finding her way.
Yeah.
And likes her wine.
Yep.
So we're trying to figure out what works for her as to how do we maintain the appropriate amount of calories and the appropriate diet while she can still be a little bit of a wino.
Look, we all have our vices.
Fuck
That
yeah, I'm
is-
drinking mine right now. I'm not giving you
Lord.
shit. All I'm saying is we have to figure out how to make that work for you. And in the background there, that would be the bug zapper frying the fuck out of that bug.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Should start
Extra
smoking.
gross.
There it goes.
Mhm,
Yeah,
there it
it's-
is.
Smoking, right?
That's
Sparks
earlier,
flying.
motherfucker.
There we go. That one, fuck that bug in particular, extra dead. KFC extra crispy recipe, done. But anyway, so we got all the different stages here, right? So let's start by talking about the meal plan. The meal prep that we're all doing. We have somebody who's the beginning stages, just kind of figuring it out, Corey. We got somebody who is beginning stages of the workout, but has done the meal prep for a while, which is my wife. And we got somebody kind of middle of the ground on both, Ashley. And then I've been doing it for fucking ever, right? I wrote the fucking book. So let's get everybody's perspective. So let's start from the beginning. Corey, how do you like the food?
So far so good. Honestly, I've already lost weight within the couple weeks that I've been on this. It's cool because I haven't spent excess money because all my meals are prepped. It just kept me from eating garbage, which is what I'm used to. Coupled with the workouts, like I've already seen differences in myself, so I'm for it. I'm all for it right now.
Yeah, he's being a little bit modest. He says seen differences. He's literally doubled all of his workouts in the last 3 weeks. Everything he was lifting when he showed up is literally doubled in the last 3 weeks.
That's true. I don't think about that sometimes because I'll see it all the time. We all have like weird perspectives of ourselves. You know?
Well, yeah, but like, and he's looking at, he's gaining 5 pounds a workout, which is what we do, right? We go up 5 pounds every time until we can't anymore. So he's seeing these small incremental gains. But I'm seeing, I know what he wrote down when he started, and I know what he's writing down now, and it's literally twice as much. So for him, he's only seeing these small changes.
Yeah.
But he's gone up, fucking, what is that, 45 pounds in 3 weeks on literally every lift he's doing?
Yeah, and even the overhead press. What did I start out at? I started at a 75, and the other day I put up 100.
Yeah.
No problem, and I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah, well, we fucked up on the plate math,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Anybody that's ever worked out, done a little bit of plate math, sometimes you get all jacked up and you're like, hey, throw this on there and this on there, and that's the right weight. And you get done and you're counting everything up to write it down, you're like, oh shit, I added like 20 extra pounds.
Yeah.
And that's literally what happened the other day. The first time he was doing overhead presses with me, it's like, I can barely do this. And then I accidentally jumped him 25 pounds up to over 100 pounds. And he just crushed that shit. He's like, yeah, that feels pretty good.
Yeah,
I think we
good.
should do more next time. And then I do the math. I was like, hey, bro, you just went from 85 pounds to 105 pounds. He was like, oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Let's keep doing it.
Yeah, let's just keep doing that. And then Lisa has been working on doing more cardio stuff. She's been doing the rowing machine a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last couple, about 5 days, your back's been really fucked up?
Yeah, we're starting in tomorrow. Will be 2 weeks.
So she has sciatica, and her shit's been acting up, so her back's been bothering her really bad. I've been helping her through it and stuff, but it's been affecting her workout. She's still been working really hard about eating right and stuff, but it's been affecting her workouts. So she's been off almost 2 weeks trying to recover from this.
Yeah.
But probably would start back this week at some point if everything goes well. As she could.
I mean, if we can, I've gotten a hold of my doctor, so we'll see how it goes. But like, my back is really,
yeah,
I
but-
can't even stand
But
up
we're not going
straight.
to hurt people. We're
Yeah.
going to work through injuries and stuff. And this is a good example for all of you that have similar problems, right? My wife has some medical issues that can, get in the way of working out. But you can still see that she's trying when she can, doing what she can while she can,
Yep.
working on the program. And then you have Ashley, who also has a few things. You've got fibromyalgia, right? I can't ever say that shit right without somebody else saying it first. She got the hurdy all the timey. And
Yeah.
but we figure out ways to work around that too, right? Find workouts that work for her. And one of the things that I've been telling Corey and that was working for her is finding a way to load the system to gain muscle growth without overloading the system to overdo it and be constantly sore and fucked up and not be able to, do your job or live your life. Right? So when you first start, yeah, it's going to hurt. You're going to spend a week of like...
Oh, it's going to hurt.
But after that first week, you were able to go back...
After that first week, it was just like, yeah, it's there, but honestly, it was no worse than what pain I live with every single day. As far as like the workout, as far as I am concerned, if you have a medical issue such as fibromyalgia, it may hurt a little more, it may hurt the same. You're definitely going to feel it either way. The stiffness is going to be present though.
And one of the other things to think about too is Ashley is like a female that weighs like 150 pounds. So we started her with just a bar that weighs 45 pounds on all of her lifts. But that's a third of her body weight. Whereas where we started Corey out on just a bar to let him start learning these moves, and it's like a quarter or less of his body weight. So as a female, a much smaller person than the rest of us, right? In order to start out with the equipment that we have available, she's having to do harder work. A higher percentage of what she weighs and a greater percentage of her overall strength to start, because that's just what the equipment weighs, right? So she's going to pay for it a little bit more up front because she's a smaller, lighter, thinner person versus 200, 250 pound men who go pick up a 45 pound bar the first day to start learning how to do this shit. I mean, fuck, we pick our 200 pound asses up every day. We hardly even feel a 45 pound bar added to it. But I mean, you add it to her, that's a huge increase to her body weight.
And I want to say, like, for the female followers that are interested in doing this and that are getting ready to embark on their journey as far as this goes, do not get discouraged at first. You feel like, oh, I'm just doing a 45 pound bar, and really, I mean, you should still be proud of that because it's more than what you were doing before, and still lifting. I mean, and sometimes you get in your head and you think, wow, I mean, that's just 45 pounds. I can do that. And then when you're on your fourth rep of it, and
you
you're
can
like,
barely fucking
oh
do it.
shit, maybe I can't do this. But you got to remain in the mindset of, yes, I can do this. It's hard. It's going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
This, I'm going to feel like I cannot do this, but you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the right encouragement behind you.
And even more than that, like, one of the things I've always preached is this is a performance-based program, right? Yeah. And she was making greater percentage gains on her performance than anybody else on the fucking porch right now.
Yep.
She was going up from 45 pounds to 50 pounds to 55 pounds, but that's a greater percentage gain from where she started versus what she weighs overall. Like, either way you look at it, more percentage gain from where you start and more percentage gain versus your body weight, but you were still doing the fucking thing. You were increasing and improving at a faster rate than anybody else here.
That makes me feel good.
Well, it's the truth though, and that's one of the things that we gotta show the people, right? It's like, yes, I may be starting lower than some of the bigger people. I may start at a 45 pound bar, or I may need to order, a regular walking bar that only weighs 20 pounds, or I may need a 15 pound kettlebell and I do kettlebell squats to start or whatever because I can't do 45 pounds. But if you add 5 pounds to it every time you go, you're making faster progress than people that started at a heavier weight. You're going to gain and catch them faster than they're going to gain because you're going at a higher percentage.
Yeah, every workout there was an increase in weight, so and it felt good every single time I had an increase.
Well, that's what I've told Todd. Like, what I was doing in the gym comparatively to what I'm doing now, I've seen more and faster results going up incrementally at a lower rep than I was trying to pack on my max, do like 10 reps of each one and fucking killing myself. Like, I don't feel as exhausted. Like, yeah, sure, I'm tired, sure, I'm a little sore, but it's nowhere near like, hey, I've done so many fucking curls today that I can't move my arms, and I see no progress, versus what we've been doing, and I can already look in the mirror and see shit. Yeah.
So Corey was one of those guys who was, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like a lot of what you're doing was, you got it from like Men's Health magazine or some shit, you know. You're reading stuff on the internet or the magazines.
Go to YouTube, my guy.
Yeah, exactly, right? And you're looking at the dudes that
are already jacked.
Yeah, they're well, and the same thing I talk about. You're looking at guys that are trying to do things that are based on appearance. These guys are doing workouts for vanity. They're already fucking big, they're already fucking jacked, and they're trying to maintain big jacked appearance because people want to give them money for being jacked. And we are trying to be performance-based. I don't give a fuck if I look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. That son of a bitch weighed 143 pounds. This is something, I've had a whole episode on it, but you guys probably don't know. Brad Pitt in Fight Club, the pinnacle of his fucking shit. He weighed 143 pounds.
It's so hard to imagine him weighing that little, and then still seeing him in that movie. And then trying to imagine on top of that 143 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't look it.
No, he looks huge.
He looks
right?
huge.
They do it. And like, you as females, you guys watch that movie and you see this, you're like, holy shit, that's an attractive man. Right? But then they very carefully hide the numbers. His workout at the time, his bench press was 135 pounds. My 16-year-old son bench presses more than 135 pounds. He could barely bench press his fucking body weight in that movie. He was starving himself to death to get that look.
But that's just the thing about Hollywood, though.
It is, but
To get that vanity, you think of Christian
I
Bale.
was about to say, Christian
And
Bale's another one.
Christian Bale in The Machinist.
well, that wasn't
he was-
vanity. That was a role. He was
Yeah,
a
but I'm saying,
But
but I'm
then
saying
did
that man went from The Machinist, where he was basically a skeleton with skin, and then what?
immediately to Batman.
Yeah, 6 or
Yeah.
7 months later, he had to bulk up and become the lisping Batman that we
But
all
the
know.
difference that nobody here talks about. He's a fucking millionaire.
True.
Yeah, he has access to
He had
Yeah, he has access to
specific
things that we will
bodybuilding
never
coaches,
get.
specific people making all
Yeah.
of his food.
Yeah.
And it was, I will give you $10 million to be this big in 6 months. None of us here have that. He had nothing to do for the next 6 months but get big as fuck. You got a job, you got a job, you got a job, I got a job. We all got fucking jobs,
It's
we all
like
got bills.
working out in your spare time.
Yeah, we are adding
Yeah.
our health and our fitness and our diet into our extra time after we are working and paying our bills and all that shit. This motherfucker's job was to look like Batman for the next 6 months. And they paid him $10 million to do it.
True.
You give me $10 million to fuck off for the next 6 months?
That's exactly what I'm doing.
I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care what you want me to look like. Short of cutting very important appendages off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm all for method acting, not that method.
yeah, you know, there's going too far, and I won't go there. But for fucking $10 million, I'll look like whatever. Actually, no, I won't.
Well, did you
I'm
guys
not-
see the Blade movies, right? Like Blade Trinity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Reynolds in that movie was
Yes.
like below 13% body fat.
Yeah.
And he
He
was
was
fucking
ripped.
shredded.
Ripped.
Yeah. But
It's
again,
not healthy though. Like,
and for some people it is because
It
like
looks
there's
like-
different body. Yeah, see, exactly. The women over here are like, hey, he looks good as shit. And that's because they've been fucking brainwashed by Hollywood to think that's what a good-looking man looks like.
Well, I mean, men have been brainwashed by women, all of us have been brainwashed.
Yeah.
We all need to be, women need to be
The
this tiny
societal
thing.
standard for men and women
Yes.
is so fucking high. It's unrealistic.
And for women, it changes so much what it needs to be.
Yeah,
It
I'm very much a 1950s kind of dude.
Like, well, but I mean, you think we have gone through, you need to be heroin chic.
Yeah.
You
Fuck
needed
heroin
you
chic.
you needed to be real thin with no boobs, no butt, no nothing.
Weight loss was supposed to
Yeah.
be
Yes.
for that.
And
who
then-
the fuck wants to fuck a 10-year-old boy? Get the fuck out of
Well,
here.
but then you went through,
Fuck that.
you need to be like, and it's still a thing today, you need to look like Kim Kardashian or Nicki Minaj, and you need to have an ass that is completely unrealistic.
Well, Matt
Like-
would call
Hey,
that
you keep saying that. You
Yeah,
got
those
that
are-
fucking Kardashian ass.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
But no, you need to have like a teeny tiny waist, a
Well, I
big,
didn't say nothing about
a
your waist.
ridiculous.
I didn't say nothing about your waist. I
Yes,
said you had a
exactly.
Kardashian ass.
I think current societal standards for women is very cartoonish looking.
It really is.
Large bust,
Well,
large hips.
It depends on who
tiny
Oh,
you talk to,
waist.
right?
Tiny waist.
If you talk to real men that have real fucking standards and have real perspective on life, we don't care if you have a 19-inch waist.
That is true. Realistic men are that way.
Now, Todd pulls this number out of his ass because yesterday
Today,
I-
by the way,
we watched Gone with the Wind, and there is a scene where after Scarlett has her baby, after Scarlett has her baby, she is upset that she did not get back down to
19 and a half.
19. No, she was at a 19 and a half.
She needed a 19 and a half.
Yeah.
She had a 20. And she
And
be
she
damned if I'm
was-
gonna have a over 20-inch waist.
Yes. And so
And
Todd
so
pulls
she's got
that
Mammy
number.
on there, fucking like laid out across her back, sucking on them fucking strings.
Yep.
They're fucking, no, we're gonna have a 19-inch waist. Keep pulling.
Yep.
Fuck that
Mamie
shit.
did the job.
No, but she didn't. She
No,
had to
Mammy
fucking pull like
didn't.
that to get her to a 20.
Exactly.
But the difference is that real dudes don't give a fuck. I'm not taking a tape measure to your goddamn hip bones.
Oh, but the problem is that
The only bone I...
we, as as women, we are made to believe that the skinnier and curvier, the better.
You think we're
Period. And it's such a
Hey.
it is such an oxymoron because you need to have big boobs and a big butt, but you need to be a tiny waist.
not? Yeah, it goes the same way for dudes, right?
How so?
Jason Momoa. The Rock.
Yeah. Especially in modern society, if
Okay.
you're not 6 feet, if you don't make 100
Yeah.
figure, or if
No,
you
no,
make
don't
six
even...
figures,
let's
like,
just exclude the money right now. We all know those both make big money. But if your
So-
traps don't touch your fucking earlobes, if you're not 6'6", and you don't... If your
Okay.
arms aren't fucking bigger than your waist...
Okay, so what you're saying is that if you aren't a Jason Momoa, if you aren't a
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, if you aren't a Ryan Reynolds, and
Ryan Reynolds
he's-
is a fucking twig. Get the fuck out of here. I'd crush that.
man, fuck off. Some Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds has always been cute.
Hey, he may be attractive to modern females. I would crush that dude.
I know you would. But, I'm just saying, females have this perfect standard
This
That you
image.
learn
this
from
this
magazines?
image that we learn
Better
from
forget that one.
magazines, just like men do.
Not all men and not all women.
No, that's true.
And that's part of the reason we're sitting here talking right now. You clearly don't have a Jason Momoa standard because you're married to me. Now, I'm probably stronger than he is,
No,
but I don't look like that.
no,
I can outperform that.
no.
No, you
But-
straight up look like a Viking.
Well, I mean, whatever. I look like a Viking with a beer gut because I like my beer. I do not have
They
fucking...
like their ale and mead.
Well,
yeah,
hey,
but if you watch
look,
fucking Vikings on TV today...
TV.
But that's what we're talking about, right? If you look at what people think a Viking looked like, that's not what a Viking looked like.
look,
They were fucking farmers.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
ate grain and fats and dairy and protein and drank a shitload of fucking booze because it was the only way to preserve water. Now, it was like drinking Select 55s. It was barely fucking booze. Right? That's the reason I drink it. It's the closest I can get to what my ancestors drank. This is just barely a fucking beer.
true.
Right? But they did that because it made water not kill them. But they didn't look like modern standards.
No.
Oh, are you talking about beer?
Yeah.
Well, I also,
Thank you.
because
Take one.
I am-
Pass it around.
as a female, I am almost 6 foot tall.
Yep. My wife is actually taller than I am.
Yeah, Todd is shorter than I am.
By about
And-
an inch and a half.
And standards always told me a man needs to be taller than you.
That's facts. I think women are
What?
taught at a very young age. Girls are taught the man should be taller. The man
Yes.
should be this. He should be that.
Well, and part of that is true,
Part of it.
right? Taller was one of the standards, but able to provide, stronger,
Yes.
able to defend, that shit's all
Those are the
important.
actual important values.
But taller,
Absolutely.
Characteristics
yeah, taller
that
is just,
focus
I
on.
mean,
However, though, when you are a young teen,
And impressionable.
exactly. I wasn't looking at any man. Why do I say any man? I was fucking.
you were looking at boys.
I was looking at boys. I was like 13, 14. I'm not looking
When you
at
were looking
any.
at me, I wasn't even a man yet.
No, but I wasn't looking for anyone shorter than me.
No, you gave
And
me a whole
that's-
bunch of shit about it.
That's just because that's what I, especially
It's
as
a good
a-
thing that I was
well-
fucking good looking and funny because short was
but-
right on the
but
top of your
as-
fuck you list.
but as especially as
Are you a
a
Disney fan?
tall woman.
Yes, she
yes,
is.
I have a.
Okay, so
Yeah.
another thing that goes along with that is a lot of women
Oh,
and a lot
Lord.
of girls grow up through the whole
Prince
Disney-
Charming bullshit.
Prince Charming,
mhm.
and they're all
Yes.
portrayed in almost the exact same way.
But my thing is that I was always, because I've always been tall. Always. Throughout all of my school, I've always been the tall one. I was always looking for someone, not a mate, but I don't know how you
Partner.
would say a
You
partner or
had,
something.
You had built-in mental
I-
standards.
I did. I wanted somebody taller than me.
Good fucking luck. bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Want to be able to wear heels.
Well, she,
No, I don't want to wear
oh,
heels.
No, she does not want to wear heels.
No,
I
absolutely
occasionally
not.
get her to wear
She
heels, but
said
it's not in
that to me
public.
Once or twice, like I'm gonna be
Todd!
taller than you if I wear my heels. No, I don't give a fuck. I will
Yeah.
climb that tree.
Yeah, right? Fucking tempt me with a good time.
Yeah, right.
We don't even need to leave the house. Just put the heels on. Let's go.
Just the heels, nothing else.
Lord.
Exactly. You heard her say, "Josh."
But it's one of those things that driven into a female.
Yes.
You want a male who is taller than you. And I think that comes from
Some of that, though, is we are taught if they're taller than you, then they can provide better. For
Exactly.
You. They can protect you better, which is
weird
such a
fucking
Exactly.
Weird. That's so weird.
Well,
That
you
is
know why?
exactly what I
No,
was going to
don't.
say. Yes.
Because tall dudes write the fucking standards.
Yeah, there you go.
Because we don't want slugs.
No, we do not want slugs.
I ain't no fucking slugging, you know it. But legit, like, you start to get into this shit, right? And because there are these perceptions, men that fit this perception get advanced in life for no fucking reason.
It's like
And
the
then
free
they get
pass
to write the
ride.
standards.
Well, I think also, like,
Participation award.
back in the day when
Yes.
it was more vital to be a bigger person, maybe you can equate somebody being taller with being a better provider because maybe they're stronger, maybe they can fight better. Maybe
Well, don't get-
but that's then. Like, comparatively, that shit doesn't apply anymore.
No,
So
it
it's
still
limited
applies to
different
to,
age.
to a certain extent, right? Like, if you look at World's Strongest Man competitors,
Mhm.
those fuckers are 6'4" to 6'8". Period. There's a few anomalies that are shorter, but those guys are 6'4" to 6'8". Why? Because when you pack 400 pounds on a frame, in order to fucking handle it, you gotta be that big.
Yeah.
But you don't need to marry a World's Strongest Man. And you don't need to
Exactly.
marry a World's Strongest Man.
No.
Because there is other things that are important, and the World's Strongest Man, I'm air quoting there, does not mean they're the best fucking warrior or the best barbarian.
Correct.
Because I promise you
Yes.
right now, there ain't a World's Strongest Man out there whose ass I would not fuck up royally in a fight.
Big muscles don't mean you can fight.
They don't stop bullets,
They
motherfucker.
definitely don't stop bullets.
I think that little girls need to be taught. You need to look for a barbarian standard
Yes.
partner in life,
Yes.
and rather than that cookie cutter image that we're
What
fed.
the,
From,
yeah.
that's not reality. That's asking
What
for
you-
something that's just not
Well,
attainable.
What you
But that-
look like
well-
is less important than how you perform.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's like the complete on the other spectrum here. Men need to stop looking for these big busted, tiny hips, big ass women.
You know,
They need
there's
to
not-
look for
that's-
a barbarian
well,
standard woman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say two things here. One, I bet you never met a man in your life that looks for big titties and a big ass. There are two camps. We want one or the other. We don't want
Well-
both. We all know that's unrealistic. We ain't looking for both. Okay.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been in the dating game for like 20 years. So I have no idea what the standard is, but all I know is from, unfortunately, social media. On TikTok, on Facebook, on all of this
Well,
stuff. That's
you-
what's...
All three of you should be on social media doing something the fuck different than that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, on social media, that
No.
doesn't matter.
It does
We are
matter
not...
because
But we are not what they want to see.
know what you think they don't want to see. Because right now, the only people doing it that are putting out regular content on a daily for people to consume are bitches that look like that.
That's true, but
Yeah.
then you also have these
Remember the
men.
old saying, the pretty ones?
Yes,
But
but
here's
you
the thing,
have
there's-
these men putting out all of these videos and stuff of I don't want a fat bitch.
You think that's stopping me from putting out my shit? Yes, there are dudes out there saying retarded shit on the internet. That happens.
Yeah.
I'm still making podcasts. I'm still making episodes. I'm still putting out the good word on all the social media so that people that think right can find each other and get together. If you guys would do the same thing, that's 3 other people that are using social media for the right thing. If
True,
you're
at
help-
the end of the day, you learn how to find your tribe, too.
And that's exactly
Very
what
true.
I'm saying. We, as a tribe, as the people that know what a tribe is and understand it and want other people to have a tribe, should be using the powers that we have, which is our social media, our podcast, our group, what we know, to help others have this same thing. If you guys use your social media to put the same word out that I'm putting out, to help other people know what we're talking about, and to help other people find people in their area that think like us, we can start counteracting the stupid shit that is taking over the internet right now.
That's
But-
true.
It is true, but in the same sense
Oh, we're not going to win.
of a place where all of us work,
Yeah.
putting anything out on the social
Risky.
medias
It's
is
very
risky. You
But
can lose
no,
your
in
job
any-
because of
any-
anything that you put on
No,
social
but
media.
anywhere in the world right now, that's risky. We live in a world where the government thinks it has a right to monitor everything you do, and if you go against the status quo, they should be allowed to ruin
Well,
you.
it's not
But
just,
we have to stand up, and we have to do it anyway.
but it's not just the government.
Really
It's
isn't.
it's our jobs. It's literally the companies
It's the
that we
cancel culture,
work
too.
for.
Well, I promise you, I'm saying racier shit than y'all will ever say, and they ain't fired me yet.
I know, but it's just
Yeah, now they've got the 3 extras.
yeah. Like if we live in a time where
You have to be hush-hush about certain
You
things.
really
you
do.
have to be willing to put yourself out there and to take the risk to fucking fend for yourself if the corporations won't do it anymore. Right here, we have a tribe. I have a skill that I've helped you learn skills about. I've helped you learn skills about, and could
Yeah.
definitely help him learn skills about. We could go into business for ourselves as a tribe tomorrow. We could run an inspection company.
And let me say, that's
Tomorrow.
the difference between a fake tribe and a legit, real, true blue tribe.
We could go into business tomorrow. We choose not to right now because we make better money doing what we're doing. But we are barbarians, subversive in the empire right now. We are hiding in the empire, taking as much from them as we can to have the best life that we can while we still live our fucking tribal life.
we are
That's
damn
true.
rebel scum.
No, we're not. We are honestly. If you
We
look
are
at it,
hiding in plain sight.
But
I
it's
think
gray
that-
man,
We are.
right?
that-
If you
know?
look at the gray man term from the real, what a gray man meant, like from the fucking, the fall of the Red Empire over in Russia and shit, what a real gray man is, it's the people that could go to work every day, believe exactly opposite of everybody that was there, and still take resources from the empire and fight against it. We are that. We don't believe what they believe. But that doesn't mean that we can't do a job to earn resources for the tribe and be against what they believe. We can take their resources, we can take their money, and we can apply it to something that they don't agree with, whether they like it or not. And they don't even need to know we're doing it. And I kind of said the quiet part out loud there. But that would require the people that I work for to give a shit and listen to what I'm putting on the internet.
Yeah.
True.
The only
Yeah.
thing they give a shit about is that I'm on the fucking news running our veterans group, making them look good.
True.
Now, not good enough that they'll promote me to be in leadership.
Nope.
But I need to keep doing what I'm doing for the same amount of money that they're paying me without ever advancing.
Yep.
And you guys have all been through the same shit. They overlooked you.
Yep.
They overlooked you. I don't know where you're at. We haven't talked about it yet. But I know 3 of the 4 of us here have applied for a step up from where we were at. And they're like, no, we like you right where you're at doing what you're doing because it's easy. And we'll hire this fucktard from outside the plant.
Let him sleep 8 hours a day.
We literally, they got one we call Snorlax, who was asleep on his first day on the fucking job.
And every day since.
Every day since.
I literally had to go down there. I don't even work in that department.
It's
I-
my department.
I literally had to go down there and take pictures of this motherfucker asleep in the office and show it to the bosses to get shit moving because they would say shit and their boss would be like, I don't want to talk about it.
I've taken many pictures. of Snorlax, and it's just ignored.
It's not just that; it's the other people that applied for that position. It's an insult to
It-
them.
Well, it's not
People
an insult
from
to them,
within-
it's an insult to the people that have to work with them.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
hired this motherfucker to make their jobs easier, and they are spending an entire year's salary to make their lives harder. They go there, they hate being there every day, because this creeper is fucking there, either staring over their shoulders or asleep, not helping with anything, and literally making their lives harder. They are wasting their money, fucking everybody over, and they had people there that actually wanted to be there that would help, that they said, no, you can't be there. We can't move you inside the company because you're too important doing whatever job it is over here, who aren't doing a very good job over there anymore because they don't fucking want to be there. Cut off your nose to spite your fucking face kind of shit.
Look, I've worked for probation and parole. I have done prison training and such. I have had to deal with sex offenders, men that have murdered people, raped people, done all kinds of despicable things. And I have never been as creeped out by my coworker. Like, he creeps me out. I've dealt with all of these people in the system.
And
They
this
don't
dude's
creep
fucking
me
weird.
out. They don't creep me out as much as Snorlax. And that is saying something. Aqua Velva just makes me think of sex offenders now.
Well, see, that's weird because my granddad wore Aqua Velva. I didn't get
Oh,
that
I
shit.
understand, but sex offenders, like,
They all.
They bathe in that shit.
bathe in Aqua Velva. If you ever have someone that you can smell a mile off that smells like Aqua Velva, take
The other
children,
one is,
No,
take
or
children
they just
and
got out of boot
such.
camp.
The other one is Joven's sex appeal.
No, or they just got out of boot camp.
No, if they just come out of boot camp, they are rating all of the perfumes that are in the PX. Been there, done that as well.
I'm just saying because I was there, and we had two things that the instructor or the drill instructors were allowed to use, and they had spray bottles, and one of them was fucking Aqua Velva, and the other one was Listerine. And their favorite thing to do was to switch that shit and spray Aqua Velva in your mouth and Listerine in your eyeballs.
I'm just telling everybody, stay the hell away from Aqua Velva.
It's not attractive.
We don't like it.
No, it's sex offender smell.
I didn't really ever want to put a smell to sex offender.
But now you have.
Aqua
you know.
Velva is
You'll
it.
never unsmell it.
You'll
Yep.
never. Yep. You're ruined on Aqua Velva for
Mhm.
life. As are you, listener, ruined on Aqua Velva for life.
Ruined.
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 All right, so we've been going on about shit. Holy shit, for like 54 minutes. So,
That went quick.
yeah,
It
didn't
did.
we still got a little bit of food to make for the night before we're done. So let's start wrapping this up. So, babe, your chance. Final thoughts on anything we've talked about? Any last words you want to say about anything that we've gone over?
Stay away from Aqua Velva.
Dirty, dirty Aqua Velva.
Dirty, dirty Aqua Velva.
Scandalous.
Yes.
It's like Sex Panther, but worse.
Have more realistic expectations of people. Stop holding this pussy on a pedestal, if you will, of how people should be.
I don't know if we
And
can say that
look-
on a podcast, but we're going to find out.
You've been saying fuck this entire time. How can I not say pussy on a pedestal?
I don't know, but we're going to
No, I
find
don't know.
out.
But quit holding
I can't wait to put this episode on
Quit
YouTube.
holding a pussy on a pedestal. Everybody is normal. Stop holding these unobtainable goals. Realize that people are people.
And
What?
if you date a chick that's taller than you, it doesn't need a pedestal.
Oh my god. Stop putting the pussy on a pedestal. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair. I kind of go along with Lisa.
Hey,
as far
hold
as
on.
That's concerned.
You forgot to say who the fuck you were.
I am Ashley. Like I said though, I agree with Lisa. I think that we need to stop having unrealistic expectations. Look for that barbarian man. Look for that barbarian woman. We are out here. We may be hiding, but we are out here. We are in plain sight. Yes, we are different, but we are real. Look for your tribe. Really, genuinely look for your tribe, because those people are going to be the people that have you no matter what. There have been several times where I've had to depend on my tribe for one thing or another, but at the end of the day, they also know that they can depend on me for things as well. Ultimately, your tribe is your family. They are the family that you choose. And that's where I'm at as far as tribe goes. As far as the diet and the exercise goes, it does work. This is my second go around with the diet. I had great results the first time. This time I wanted to pair it with the exercise. Life has happened. It's not been the right time for me to put my all into it. But I do hope that I will be able to pick up where I left off. I'm not planning on going back down in my weight as far as what I'm lifting. I plan to pick up right where I left off.
That's not going to happen. You're going to go down. It's just the way it works.
Well, this is what Todd says.
Be
So
realistic.
we follow what Chief says.
No, I'm not saying you're going to, drop all of it, right? But
Yeah.
you're going to go down 5 or 10 pounds. You haven't touched it in a
Possible.
month. You know what I'm saying? It just
That
it
is
is the
true.
way it is.
That is true.
And to think that you could take a month off and go back to exactly where you were is an unrealistic goal. You'll
There
get
you
yourself
go.
fucking hurt.
Unrealistic. Don't be unrealistic. But I think that's pretty much all I gotta say as far as all of that goes. I enjoyed it. Hope to catch up with followers too again.
Well, if they want me to, we'll talk about it afterwards. If they want to be a part of it, I'll put their socials in the fucking show notes like I do all mine. So you guys can touch base with the people that are part of this tribe. And if they don't, then you won't, and you can get bent. You're not going to know who they are. But it's up to them. So, but to touch on something you said real quick, realistic expectations, right? It's about improvement, not about numbers. You're
True.
still looking at numbers. You don't
It's
want
about
your,
growth in general.
you don't want your numbers to go down
I don't.
because you're thinking about what I'm going to think about you if your fucking numbers go down.
That is a fact. That is not a lie.
I'm not going to think anything less of you if your numbers go down. I'm actually going to think more of you if you start showing up again. I don't care where your numbers are, as long as you're here doing the thing.
Gotta start doing the thing.
But, and that was one of the things I was telling Corey earlier, is I think you two, Lisa and Ashley, should start doing your own thing. Me and Corey, we mesh well for doing this shit, and I'm more than willing to teach you guys if you want to do similar things to what we're doing. But I think you two would get along better working out together than Ashley trying to work out with me.
Just gonna throw this out there. Glad I could provide.
No, but I mean, it's a similar thing I talked with Corey about, right? I'm a fucking shitload stronger than you are. And I've been there. It's really hard when you're doing everything you can do, and then you watch somebody add 300 pounds to everything you do. It's discouraging.
I have to say, watching Todd add the weight on, because we did our workouts together at the same time, it was adding weight, removing weight, adding weight, removing weight. I didn't really find it discouraging watching him have more weight added on than I did, but it did give me a sense of motivation of I want to add more weight too.
So sometimes for some people, it's motivation. For some people, sometimes, it's discouragement. And sometimes it goes both ways, right?
It can be the mind killer.
It can be the mind killer, right? You can see, like, you're working your ass off, doing everything you can. And you see somebody, and I've been guilty of this before, too, and I don't mean to do it. But, like, I will take a light day. Like, I've got to go to I'm going to Axe League that night. I'm going to Axe Throwing for competition or whatever. And I'm going to take a light day. And I'm just going to do what you do.
I will say this. You've taken light days with me so that you can get a sense of where I'm at and what it's like for me to lift that.
So, and if you're in my position, if you're trying to help your tribe, if you happen to be the strong one in your tribe, you got to be mindful of what you say and what you do, right? Because you may not mean it derogatory, but it may come across like it may fuck with their head. They're like, all right, I'm only going to do 315 pounds today. I'm going to take a light day. And they've been fucking working their ass off trying to get anywhere near 315 pounds. Right? So, leave some of that shit out. Just say, hey, I've got Axe League tonight. I'm competing in some competition or whatever. I don't need to be hurt. I'm only going to do 315 pounds. But don't call it light or heavy.
Yeah.
Just say, I'm going to do this thing for this reason, so they understand what you're doing. Or grow big cojones and just lift heavy all the fucking time. And if you get hurt, fucking compete anyway. I did that for a while, and I may go back to that. I've been thinking about it. But, alright. Corey, it's your turn. What do you got?
Essentially, I'm just going to double down on expectations of being realistic while you're working out. Don't kill yourself, because you're just going to end up hurting yourself. And you're going to want to either not do it, or you're going to want to take a break, which in turn leads into, I'll get to it later, which is a fucking killer. It really is. Slow progress is still progress. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. The comparison game is a killer as well. You got to find your niche. You got to find what works for you.
I'm going to echo that too. Consistency is king. Even if you're not actually making, he talks about slow progress, right? But even, let's just say you make no progress that day. The only progress you make that day is that you fucking still went.
You showed up.
You showed up. You did exactly what you did last time. Or you did a little bit less even. But you didn't lose your habit. You're still there. You're still doing the thing. And then you look at your fucking book where you wrote it down. And you're like, last time, the time before that I did 315. And this time I only did 275. I was having a bad day. Let's get my ass to 320 today and see what happens. Right? If you do this right, if you're using the equipment right and you're doing it safely, you can push yourself like that. If you got somebody who knows what they're doing helping you out, you can push yourself like that. Or if you're listening to the right people and learning how to do this right with the right books and the YouTube or whatever that you're doing. Like, I didn't ever have a coach. I had to, watch people do this online and read the right books and shit. I didn't have anybody to teach me how to do it, but I got there, and I learned how to do it slowly and safely. Now, yeah, I'm not winning fucking strongman competitions, but I'm the strongest motherfucker that anybody I know knows. You know, I'm by far not a weak individual, and I'm teaching people that I care about how to be strong from what I spent my time learning how to do, and I got hurt so that they don't have to, right? I learned how to not get hurt by getting hurt so they don't have to. And they can learn from that experience. If you're in that boat, teach those people that shit. If you're not in that boat, do your best to find somebody that is and learn that shit from them. Alright, so we're going to go finish making our food for the week. It's freaking after 9 o'clock already. We got shit to do. But that's it. Modern Barbarian signing off.